Hello everyone. I am A. Meenakshi, Assistant Professor of English, Government Degree College for Women, Karimnagar. Welcome to the topic One Word Substitutes. One word substitutes are the words that are used to replace word phrases to make the sentence structure more clear. The meaning is identical and the sentence becomes shorter. One word substitutes make our expressions simpler and writing concise. One word substitution is one of the integral parts of vocabulary. It beautifies the writing and at the same time helps communicate the meaning in a precise way. That means instead of writing a big sentence, one word substitute made us to write a single word. So it makes speech as well as writing very simple. Now let us see some of the one word substitutes in our present lesson. Amphibian. Amphibian is the animal which lives both on land and water. And for example, as you all know, frog. It is an amphibian. It lives both in water as well as on land. So those animals that lives both in water as well as in land are called as amphibians. Next, audible. Audible means the sound that can be heard clearly. Nowadays, this word we use very much, especially in online classes. Am I audible? Means the sound that I made while speaking. Can you listen to that? Can you hear to that? That's the meaning. Audible, visible. Visible means can you see? These are the common terms that we use in daily in online classes. And ballad. Ballad is the form of a narrative poem that is short. It narrates some past story-like thing. Great deeds of past kings or about a great war like that. It narrates. And bibliophile. Bibliophile means the person who loves and collects books. The person who loves and collects books is called as bibliophile. Bifurcate. Bifurcate means that which is divided into two branches. That which is divided into two branches. For example, and bifurcation of the state Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh has been bifurcated into Andhra Pradesh as well as Telangana. Now, bilingual. Bilingual language. Bilingual means the person who is able to speak and write two languages. Bi means two. Lingual means language. That means any person who is able to speak and write in two languages is called as bilingual. Almost we are all bilinguals. Everyone can speak one's own mother tongue as well as another language. Either you may speak Hindi or English. As in India we have three language formula. Generally we speak more than one language. And cadaver. Cadaver means the dead body intended for dissection. Do you know what is dissection? Generally biology students may know. You might have dissected in your intermediate a cockroach or a frog. What do you do when that is dissected? You do all the systems, no? How the different systems are working in that animal. In the same way, in the dead body also, especially for the medical students to know what is there inside the human body, what are the various systems, how they work, to know, they dissect the dead body and learn practically. Next, cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan is a person who regards whole world as his country. That means whole world as his own. As it is said in Rig Veda, Udara Charitanam tu Vasudaiva Kutumbakam. For the person, for a magnanimous person, the whole world is a family, not country, even family. So, cosmopolitan is such a person. Epicure. Epicure means the person who takes particular pleasure in fine food and drink. That means he takes particular pleasure, he loves fine food and fine drink. And epilogue. Epilogue means the short speech at the end that serves as a conclusion. Generally, at the end of the any drama, that means that it serves like a moral at the end. A short speech by an actor, he speaks, so that becomes the end, conclusion part. It may be even for poem, anything. The epilogue is the conclusion. Extempore, the speech delivered without any preparation. Sometimes we see speakers coming directly without any preparation. These speeches are called extempore speeches. That means they deliver their speech without any preparation. Sometimes we also need to talk like that. If somebody calls us and immediately and asks us to speak, then our speech also becomes extempore. Illegible. Illegible. That which is not clear enough to be read. When some people write, we can't understand. That means it's not neat. Especially when the medical prescriptions are there, when we want to read, we can't understand. Because the new names themselves are very new to us, and also because of the illegibility also. Sometimes we also call, no, when somebody doesn't write properly, enti brahmaratana, because we think that the writings of the Brahma are not cannot be understood by others. And the same way, these people's writings also others cannot understand. Anyhow, illegible means that which is not clear enough to be read. Illicit, that which is unlawful and unlicensed. That which is unlawful and unlicensed, illicit. Incredible, that which cannot be believed. Our tourism department says incredible India. That means the India which you cannot be believed. That means so wonderful it is, like that. It is a positive term. Optimist. Optimist means the person who looks at the bright side of things. Optimist always he looks at the bright side of things. Whatever may happen, he takes it as positively. So optimist always takes positively. Optimism is thought to be as a positive quality of a human being. Orthodox. Orthodox means the person who believes in the traditional values. Generally, parents, grandparents, we think they are orthodox, no? They believe in the traditional values. They believe. Polyglot. Polyglot is a person who knows and uses several languages. We generally say about P.V. Narasimha Rao, no? He is a polyglot. He nearly knows 17 languages. So, one who knows and uses several languages is called as polyglot. Somnambulist. Somnambulist means the person who walks in sleep. Some people they walk in sleep. It is a psychological disorder actually because of so much stress and strain. Uh, he or she habituated to walk in sleep. And teetotaler means the person who does not take any intoxicating drink is called as teetotaler. Versatile. Versatile means the person who is able to adapt to many different functions or activities. For example, a person may be a writer, a poet, a critic, a dramatist, a director, like that. That means a versatile. He is not only adept in one skill but in many different functions, many activities. Immortal means that which has no death. We say God is immortal. That means God has no death. That's what every religion says, no? Immortal. Man is mortal and God is immortal. Mortal means who has to die one day. So, invisible. Invisible means something that cannot be seen. Something that cannot be seen. And God is invisible also. We cannot see with our naked eye, no? Ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means a person who can use both hands equally. Generally, we do things with our right hand. Some people have the habit of using left hand for doing things. But some people can use both hands equally. In Mahabharata, Arjuna is called as ambidextrous, Savyasachi. So he can fight with the arrows with the both hands, using his both hands. Non-aligned, a country not wedded to a particular movement. As previously, there was one group supporting America and another one supporting Russia, and there are the countries like India which belong to non-alignment, non-aligned countries. They neither support that group nor support these groups. Okay. Next, philatelist. Philatelist means a person who collects postage stamps for a collection. It is a hobby to collect postage stamps. So a person who collects postage stamps is called as philatelist. Omnipotent. Omnipotent means who is all powerful. Omnipotent means who is all powerful. Generally, we say God is omnipotent. That means he has all power with him. Omniscient. One who is all knowing. He knows past, future, present, like that. Human beings cannot. So all these are attributed to God. Omniscient. Omnipresent. One who is present all over, everywhere. Everywhere he can be present. Can we be like that? No. We can present only at one place. But these qualities we say God is omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Potent means powerful. Omniscient means knowing, all knowing. Omnipresent means present all over. Theist. Theist means one who believes in God. One who believes in God is called as theist. Atheist. One who does not believe in God is called as atheist. There is always war between theists and atheists, no? Theist wants to prove God and atheist wants to disprove God. There may be always contradiction, argument, debate. Lithography. Lithography. Lithography means printing using a stone or a metal plate with a completely smooth surface. Printing using a stone or a metal plate with a completely smooth surface. Geography. Geography means mapping of Earth and its formation. Mapping of Earth and its formation is called as geography. Calligraphy. Calligraphy is the art related to ornate, that is good handwriting. It is related to good handwriting, calligraphy. Pathology. Pathology means scientific study of bodily diseases is called as pathology. Ornithology. Ornithology is the study of birds. Astronomy. Astronomy is the study of celestial bodies. Telugu we say Khagola Shastram. Stars, Milky Ways, all those things they study. Numismatics. Numismatic means study of collection of coins. Some people collect coins, some tokens and paper money, etc. So it is called as numismatics. Geology. Geology is the study of earth and rocks. The study of earth and rocks is called as geology. Psephology. Psephology means study of election trends. Study of election trends is called as psephology. Aviation. Aviation is the study of flying aeroplanes. The study of flying aeroplanes is called as aviation. With one word we substitute the entire sentence. Graphology. Graphology is the study of handwriting. Previously we talked about calligraphy, that is good handwriting. Here study of any handwriting. Genetics. Genetics. What is genetics? Genetics is the study of hereditary genes and variation in living organisms. How the genes vary from one organism to another organism, one person to another person. That means the reason for the behavior of various people, the difference in their genes, in genetics. Genetics talks about all these things. Anthropology. Anthropology is the study of human development. Anthropology is nothing but the study of human development. Philology. Philology is the study of languages. Biology. Biology. What is biology? Biology is the study of living things. Biology includes botany and zoology, include both plants as well as animals. Next, theology. Theology is the study of religion. And entomology. Entomology is the study of science of insects. Insects, you know, no? What are the insects? Like ants. They are small ones, but they can fly. No? Several insects. And acoustics. Acoustics. Acoustics is the study of sound and sound waves. The study of sound as well as sound waves is called as acoustics. And astrology. Previously we talked about astronomy, which talks about study about the celestial bodies, the Milky Ways. Here astrology means study of the influence of planets and stars on human events. Astrology. Jatakam we say, no, in Telugu. How the influence of sun is on that person, the moon is on that person, like that. Astrology talks about. Hydraulics. Hydraulics is the study of law of the flow of water and other liquids. Hydraulics study about the law of the flow of water and also other liquids. Gerontology. Gerontology is the scientific study of old age, the process of aging, how people become old, and the particular problems of old people. What are the particular problems of old people? All these, the scientific study of all these things is called as gerontology. Chronology. Chronology is the arrangement of events and dates in the order of their occurrence. Chronology generally, how the rulers in history, we talk about chronology after Chandragupta Maurya, Bimbisara came, after Bimbisara Ashoka came, like that, the chronology from which period to which period we talk about all these things. So this is the arrangement of events or dates in the order of the occurrence. And anthropology is the science of human development, how from apes, how the evolution has started, and from apes how man evolved, and what are the various that means evolutionary stages, all these we talk, and how fast man lived in forests. After that, how he became civilized, all these things are talked in anthropology. For civil service students, especially, they select this anthropology as a subject for scoring marks. Autocrat means one with unlimited power. If generally, if there is a monarch, king, where no one is to question him, then he has autocracy. He has a power, unlimited power. In the same way, dictators like in China, Jinping, he's a dictator. Then nobody can question him, so he's an autocrat. But in democracy like India, here it can't be. Everybody questions, the politicians, even though if he is a prime minister or chief minister, several people question them. And gynecologist is the doctor who deals with the female reproductive system, generally for deliveries, for that is related to problems related to female reproductive system are dealt by the gynecologist. And orthopedician means the doctor who treats bone problems is called as orthopedician. And ophthalmologist, the doctor who treats eye diseases is called as ophthalmologist. And cardiologist, the doctor who treats heart problems is called as cardiologist. And dermatologist, the doctor who treats skin diseases is called as dermatologist. And orthodontist means the dentist who is qualified to treat irregularities in teeth and jaws is called as orthodontist. And somnambulist, that is one who walks in sleep. Noctambulist, and one who walks at night, not at daytime but night. Somniloquist, one who talks while sleeping. Some people, they talk while sleeping. They are called as somniloquist. Interlocutor means one who takes part in dialogue or conversation. One who takes part in dialogue or conversation is called as interlocutor. Iconoclast, one who is violently against established beliefs and traditions. These people, even iconoclasts, they destroy images used in religious worship. Several iconoclasts destroyed the Buddhistic idols and Hindu idols several times. Introvert is one who turns his thoughts inward. And extrovert, one who turns his thoughts outward is called as extrovert. Ambivert, one he is both inwards and outwards at times. Egoist, one who believes in ruthless self-aggrandizement. One who believes in ruthless self-aggrandizement is called as egoist. He himself feels as high. Connoisseur, one who knows a lot about good food and wine. Connoisseur is a person who knows the taste, especially about good food, tasty food and tasty wine. Connoisseur. Notorious. Notorious means well known for bad qualities. Several people will say if any criminal is there, he's is a notorious criminal, not famous. Famous means for good things. Notorious is for bad things. Being famous for bad things, well known for bad things. Notorious criminal. huh? And notorious kidnapper, any bad thing we can refer, we can use notorious. Incorrigible means one who is beyond reform. One cannot reform such a person. That means he is not in a stage to be reformed. He is such a wicked person. So consummate means perfectly, highly skilled, reached the zenith of art. Some people are very, they might have reached the zenith of art. They are so perfect. They are called as consummate. Next, philanthropy. Philanthropy means love for mankind. Anglophile means one who loves and admires the British is called as Anglophile. Patriot. Patriot means one who loves one's own country is called patriots. Empathy. We have learned this empathy in the life skills. No? Empathy is mentally identifying oneself with the other person or thing and behaving in such a way. If we are in such a stage, what is needed for us. In the same way we have to react to other persons. And matrimony means related to marriage. And monotheist, one who believes in the theory of only one god. Monotheist means they believe that there is only one god. And polytheist, one who believes in many gods. Generally Greeks and Hindus are called as polytheists. We believe in many gods. Today recently we are celebrating even now Vinayaka Chauthi, and after this we celebrate Dashara, and we worship several gods and goddesses. No? And if we worship only one god, that is called monotheism. Monotheist, that person is called as. And pantheist. Pantheist means one who believes that God is union of all forces of the universe. That means the pantheist sees God in nature. In creation itself, he sees the creator. Example, Wordsworth. Wordsworth is a pantheist. In nature, he sees God. And monogamy. Monogamy means having only one wife. Bigamy, having two wives. Mono means one. You should always remember. Bi means two. Bi means two. Polygamy, having many wives. Poly means many. Polyandry, having several husbands. In some traditions, they allow polygamy where a man has several wives. And in some traditions, they allow polyandry where women has several husbands, especially in Tibetan races. The whole family marries only single women, like Draupadi in our Mahabharata. And anarchy. Anarchy is the state of disorder due to absence or non-recognition of a authority or other controlling systems. Anarchy. There is no order. Okay? There is no authority. And aristocracy. Aristocracy is a form of government in which power is held by the nobility, the nobles. Some people will be there who are called as nobles, and the power will be in their hands. And autocracy. Autocracy is a system of government by which one person with absolute power. Autocracy. That is monarchy is autocracy, we can say. Autonomy, a self-governing country or region. And bureaucracy. Bureaucracy is a system of government in which most of the important decisions are taken by the state officials rather than by elected representatives. So, more power is for the officials than the elected representatives. Democracy. Democracy is a system of the government by the whole population or all eligible members of a state, typically through elected representatives. And oligarchy. Oligarchy is a small group of people having control of a country or organization. Oligarchy. Monarchy. A form of government with a monarch at the head. Monarchy, the king or emperor rules. Oligarchy means a small group of people, nobles like people, rule. And plutocracy. Plutocracy is government by the wealthy, the rich people rule. Secular. The government not connected with religious or spiritual matters. It doesn't promote one religion like that. Secular government. Secular. Utopia. Utopia means an imaginary ideal society free of poverty and suffering. We can't find such a society where there is no poverty and there is no suffering. No, and everywhere there is suffering, there is poverty. But in imaginary society, it is not there. That imaginary society is called as utopia. Potable. Potable water means safe to drink. It can be. We can drink it. Next, plagiarism. Plagiarism means the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own, generally copying from others. That's why we asked, while writing the essay writing competition, you should not copy from internet or copy from any book. You have to write, you can read all those, but you have to write in your own words, with your own ideas. And panacea. What is panacea? Panacea is a solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases. A solution or remedy for all difficulties or diseases is called as panacea. Education is the panacea of all the problems of women, said a great man. Okay. And nostalgia. Nostalgia means a sentimental longing or wistful affection for a period in the past. Generally, when we settle in a city and when we think of the village in which we lived earlier, then it is called as nostalgia. Sometimes when people go to foreign countries and there they think about how they were in India, and all these things comes under nostalgia. Next, inevitable. Inevitable means certain to happen. Definitely it will happen. That is called inevitable. Death is inevitable for everyone. That means one day everyone has to die. Nobody is going to be here forever. There's the meaning. And infallible. Infallible means incapable of making mistakes or being wrong. When people are perfect, we say they are infallible. Okay? And indelible. Indelible means making marks that cannot be removed. Indelible marks. And ephemeral, lasting for a short time. If anything lasts only for a short time, it is called as ephemeral. Next, crusade. Crusade means a vigorous campaign for political, social or religious change. I think you remember the crusades in the Middle Ages. Crusades are between Muslims and Christians. They both are monotheist. That means they believe only one God. So they start quarreling. There is only one God, and that is their God alone, not the God of others. So the problem arose, and there were crusades between these two religions. And blasphemy. Blasphemy is the action of offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, or profane talk. If anybody talks about any god of any religion, it is called as blasphemy. Biopsy. Biopsy means an examination of tissue removed from a living body to discover the presence or cause or extent of a disease. Generally, whenever we have tumors, that we will be operated and that will be sent for biopsy. That means for testing. What is the reason for that tumor? Hmm? Is it tuberculosis, or is it cancer, or is it ordinary one, like that? To know that, the biopsy is done. And allergy. Allergy is a allegory. Allegory is a story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or a political one. Allegory. That means uh, we can't understand immediately. A hidden meaning is there. We have to know that one. And almanac. Almanac is an annual calendar containing important dates and statistical information such as astronomical data and tide tables. Astronomical data and tide tables. We call, no? We have Thidis, Vara, Nakshatra, and all those in our calendars, Telugu calendars. Next, souvenir. A thing that is kept as a reminder of a person, place, or event is called as souvenir. Generally, in literary seminars, and they release souvenirs. No, that means as a thing, a reminder of a person, as a small one, a souvenir. And sacrilege. Sacrilege means violation or misuse of what is regarded as sacred. If anybody violates the sacredness, that is called as sacrilege. Regalia. Regalia is the emblems or insignia of royalty. The emblems of royalty are called as regalia. And verbatim. Verbatim is in exactly the same words as were used originally. Same words which are used originally, the same are called as verbatim. Aviary. A large case, building, or enclosure to keep birds. Aviary is a large case or building where the birds are kept. Archives. Archives is a collection of historical documents or records providing information about a place, institution, or group of people. A collection of historical documents or records providing information about a place, institution, or group of people are called as archives. And apiary. Apiary means a place where bees are kept. A collection of beehives is called as apiary. Aquarium. Aquarium is a building containing tanks of live fish of different species. Even we have small aquariums. Even at homes also people keep, na, with colorful fish in it. Arsenal. Arsenal is a collection of weapons and military equipment is called as arsenal. And asylum. Asylum is an institution for the care of people who are mentally ill. But nowadays asylum means if anybody has a threat in one country, they go to another country as asylum, no? And casino. Casino is a public room or building where gambling games are played. So a public room or building where gambling games are played is called as casino. And cemetery. Cemetery is a large burial ground, especially one not in a churchyard. Burial ground, cemetery. Crematorium. Crematorium is a place where a dead person's body is cremated. And convent. You might have heard this. Huh? So, generally, children go to convent, no? The meaning has changed now. A Christian community of nuns living together under monastic vows is called as convent, actually, originally. But in this monastic, mm, in these convents, they started teaching English. Hmm? So now the schools that are teaching English are called as convents. Na? Crush. Crush is nursery where babies and young children are cared for during the working days is called as crush. And cache. A collection of items of the same type stored in a hidden or inaccessible place is called as cache. And dormitory is a large bedroom for a number of people in a school or institution, especially where there are hostels. So these are the one word substitutes, and today we will stop here, and in the next class we'll continue with one word substitutes. As you all know, on one word substitutes are very helpful to make both in speaking as well as in writing. It makes our speech simpler, even writing concise. So it makes our speaking and writing very beautiful. So this getting command over this one word substitute is very much necessary to get command over language. So all of you learn these one word substitutes and use them both in your speech as well as in your writing. Have a great day, and thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you.